So what do we do about this? Because it's very important that we attend to and we fix this problem. It's very important that we do this because if we don't, if women spiral out of control, the world will spiral out of control around with it. We saw this with men. It was really bad. The world was in bad shape largely because men were in bad shape. And again, we just went through a generations, like decades long cycle of this with men, and we're finally starting to tick up a little bit. And there are a lot of encouraging signs. I think that's going to really, really grow over the next couple of years. Hopefully, again, I pray about that quite often, to be honest. But the bottom line is we cannot afford women to dip, to suffer for that long. And as men, especially, I'm going to call out my guys here, we need to help them in this. And we need to show them we need to lead. Leadership is required here on all matters of culture to show women a way to a better life. And for women to see a better way to life. And really, I think this really comes down to three things. The first thing is we need to stop the bleeding. And this is going to require boldness on behalf of people, men, women, whoever. We need to begin to call out the lies that have led to the destruction of modern femininity in a fast and furious manner. We need to go full like Elijah here. We need to destroy the idols in the temple, take down the Asherah poles, everything, just blow it all up, nuke it. We need to destroy the idols in this modern temple. We need to cast them aside, burn them, blow them to pieces, whatever. The biggest thing, because if this just keeps going, we're never going to get an inroad here. We need to start we need to name names. We need to name influencers. We need to name podcasts. And we need to say, no, not okay. Not okay, not acceptable. We do not affirm you. We do not give you this platform. We need to culturally reinforce this from a personal, political, cultural side of it. The biggest thing we can do for women after barreling towards hell is stop what causes hell. And what causes hell is lies. This is another thing that Dr. Peterson says a lot. If you lie repeatedly over and over and over and over again, you will end up in hell. Dante wrote about this in the Inferno when he wrote the Divine Comedy. The lowest layer of hell in Dante's mind when he wrote, the Divine Comedy, is betrayers. What's the root of betrayal? A lie. Women have been lied to enough, and it needs to stop. It just needs to stop. It's unsustainable. We cannot go forward like this. We just can't. We just can't. And it needs to end now, and preferably yesterday. And on top of that, it's not enough to stop lying. We need to replace lies, the lies that women have been told, with the truth. So what is the truth? Traditional femininity, traditional values around women, and elevate and identify women in the culture or otherwise, locally especially for younger women, that embody them so that they can show women the path to a better future. We cannot mansplain our way. I wish we could. We cannot mansplain our way out of this. We just can't do it. So we must. This is not optional. We need to recover tradition in terms of femininity, womanhood, whatever. And we must find women that embody this and elevate them and say, this is what you should look like. We need to find role models for women again, like we did with men. This is the biggest problem that I have the biggest criticism I have with conservatism broadly. That's why I'm a political independent. Even though I like conservatism far more than liberalism, I'm independent for this reason. I'm not a Republican, I'm a Democrat. The biggest criticism I have of conservatism, I think this is changing slightly now, but it's still nowhere near what we need, is this lack of vision that we have. Like, men are bad in this scenario. So what men do is that, feminism sucks. You need to throw feminism out. Like, it's destroying all this stuff, whatever. And I'm like, okay, sure. I agree, largely. But what are we going to replace it with? It's the Chesterton's fence argument. Okay, we want to take this fence out? Okay, well, why? What's going to go there? What if we need the fence for something? And I'm totally okay with just nuking, like Sodom and Gomorrah feminism, like get it out of here. But we need to have something to replace it. We need to have a vision that we can provide for women. Conservatives love to destroy things, but we hate to build them. That's where our liberal friends come in, largely, and grateful to them for that. But this is not optional when it comes to women. We must create an ecosystem where women can have access to other women in this vein. This needs to be done fast. And number 3, again, for my guys here, men need to lead the charge on this. We need to help women. We need to. It's not an option. Men need to lead in the charge of this recovery of femininity. We need to lead here. So men right now, I think many more men are starting to see this, and we're kind of in like the dunking phase where we're like, oh, you just, you called me toxic or part of the patriarchy or whatever. I'm going to dunk on you and watch you suffer. A lot of men are in this mode right now when it comes to women. And I get it to a degree, but again, with toxic maturity, like the whole argument, we need to stop that because most men do not want to buy into the whole manosphere thing where it's like, hey, just women are just kind of objects and don't need to do this or whatever. It's like, we can just kind of go back and do whatever, all that kind of stuff. It's like, no, what men actually want, like almost every single man that I talk to, and I talk to a lot of them, what most men want is healthier women for marriages, family, children, etc. We cannot get that unless we set a standard for our own selves first and then try to spread that to women. Men need to lead. And I think this is a great example, a great opportunity for men to step into that calling, especially since masculinity is now going through a renaissance. And what men can do to help themselves, to help women, is to help women. Leadership, accountability, devotion. Men need that now more than ever, and to embody that more than ever. And if we can, I think women will be a lot better for it too.